I'm Valerie Morell.
I'm Alex Weed. How you like that theme song?
And we're happy to announce that we are the new hosts of UCLA Next.
Sorry, what? No. We're just the guest hosts, right?
No, actually, that was a screen test. Nobody told you since you tend to get nervous and sweat all over me.
Nervous? Who the heck told you that?
What's that? What's that?
Oh, it's my lunch. Mama made it for me.
Your mom doesn't have to pack your lunch anymore, Alex. This is the big time. Somebody brings our lunch on a tray to our dressing room.
Could I order PB&J on a tray? You know, like with a Capri Sun chaser?
Black cherry.
Give me that. Superstars. Superstars is what we are.
That's what they tell me. And in the coming weeks, UCLA Next will have a whole new look and feel.
Heard we're getting 2 more hosts. AJ Lewis, the guy who does the cover story.
And Kelly Bradley, an English exchange student here at UCLA, who was plucked from a cast of thousands who auditioned.
And we're going to be sitting on couches. Just going to be sitting back, you know, with our bellies out. We're just going to be chilling. We're going to be shooting off the hay. Opinions and stuff.
America demands no less, Alex. In the meantime, let's introduce today's stories.
The madness begins with our conversation segment where we meet painter Ammon Rost, a real up-and-comer in the art world.
What do you know about the art world?
Art world? Well, I know that Ammon, the salmon guy,
Ammon Rost
was up-and-coming in the art world.
Next up is a visit with Elmo and the rest of the gang at Sesame Street.
We're checking out a puppet exhibit recently curated by a UCLA student.
Our student life segment takes a look at the rivalry between North and South Campus.
Yep. Then it's a second look at the movies with Dean Rosen and his guest producer, Meg Le Fauve.
Did you know that she's Jodie Foster's producing partner?
You know, I had an inkling. Call me.
I said they'd bring you lunch, not jumpstart your career.
Right, well, you know. Call me Jodie. I loved you in Panic Room.
Finally, we'll introduce a new segment called Student Works. Today, we'll preview a short film from one of our directing students here at the School of Film and Television, Lex Halaby.
Lex. I also do student films. My phone number's
And
on
now,
the
let's pay a visit to painter Ammon Rost.
Sorry about the salmon thing.
Whatever.
Ammon. Sorry.
My name is Ammon Rost. I'm a student. I'm a painter. I'm a photographer. I'm an artist. I'm half German and half Japanese, and I grew up in Japan for half of my life so far. And I was greatly inspired there by an artist named Toriyama Akira, who does the Dragon Ball series, as well as later in my life here in the US by abstract painters like Picasso and Miro and Edvard Munch. Along with being inspired by visual art, a lot of my inspiration and motivation to create art comes from also listening to music. When I'm painting, basically what I'm trying to do is come up with as many intricate or big or bold, beautiful areas as I can. So when I'm done with the painting or when I'm painting, I'm not concerned of the painting as a whole that much. I'm just trying to create little spaces that accidentally became beautiful. When I'm painting, I'm just running off of the colors and I'm just moving around the canvas. That's why I picked these big canvases, is because it allows my hand to make a full circle like this. And it's all about the motion and just bouncing around the canvas. I choose to paint on the ground because it allows me to walk over it, allows me to punch colors onto it and be very rough and physical with the painting, which I believe is very important in creating a painting, for me that is. So when I work on the ground, I believe it kind of creates more energy on the canvas. There's a lot more kind of explosions, charcoal kind of crumbling and powdering everywhere, or oil paint splashing over the canvas. There's many things in my life, and they come across in my paintings. While the painting is in progress, I take time to take photographs of them in various spots and in various kind of motions to create a sequence of photographs, like 2,000 photographs in the video, which allows the viewer to see the action that is involved in the painting. And often when painting's in a gallery, it's quiet and stale, and I think the viewer doesn't comprehend how these paintings are made through a lot of action and a lot of movement, and kind of like a panic heart attack. I believe there's a universal rhythm to beauty. This can be found in music, photographs, paintings, and any other kind of art form. What I'm interested in is tapping into this rhythm and working with different forms of art to creating a higher level of experience through art. And I want my viewing audience to experience this rhythm and have it evoke different types of emotions within themselves.
There's nothing I'm wishing to be owning, just to carry yourself back to me unspoiled from across that lonesome ocean.
Very cool stuff. Did you know Ammon's ultimate goal is to incorporate thousands of still photos onto a DVD of constant motion?
Would that make him a filmmaker?
I guess so.
Yeah, man. Call me. It's my candid shot.
Are you going to ask Elmo to call you?
No, but I'm oddly fascinated with Big Bird.
Hear you, hola. You know that hola is the Spanish word for hello, right? Hola. So, hola. Oh, that's much better. Hola, Dr. Robinson.
Oh, yeah, Elmo would love to make new friends and watch. But where can Elmo find them? How is Elmo going to make new friends and watch? Well, where can Elmo go to make some new friends and watch?
Elmo. Around.
Hey, yeah, you guys! Do you want to be Elmo's friend?
Yeah!
Right, come on, new friends. Everybody sing. La, 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 la. Right, now, everybody laugh. Awesome. Now, everybody get up and dance with Elmo. And last but not least, everybody hug somebody like this.
Come here and give me a kiss, you little red thing.
Wow, you guys are great.
Thank you for being our amigos.
What brings Sesame Street here?
Oh, well, first of all, they have this wonderful museum exhibit that they put together, that they had gotten in contact with Sesame Workshop to be involved. So that brought us here, and also we came and brought Elmo and Rosita to do show and meet and greet kids here also.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a lot of kids and young, and older kids, and they had all these great questions. It's really nice.
Oh, yeah.
Can you take us to UCLA one day?
Oh, Elmo would love to
You
go.
haven't been to UCLA yet?
No.
No.
I'll take you guys
Only
to
the Beverly
UCLA.
Center.
I want to.
Hi, my name is Chi Natty, and I'm from UCLA Next. And I'm here with Miles Jeffries, a UCLA student at the School of Theater, Film, and Television, and we're at the Watch Center at the Puppets and Legends exhibit. Now, Miles, what was your participation in putting up this wonderful exhibit?
I did the entire installation under Dr. Beverly J. Robinson's curation, who is a professor of theater and folklore at UCLA.
So these puppets are by
Bob Baker.
Okay.
He has the oldest, longest running puppet theater in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Really? And where's this puppet theater located?
First Street, downtown Los Angeles.
How long has it been running?
Oh, I'll say at least 40, maybe 40 plus years.
And there are a lot of puppets in this exhibit that have been made by him, right?
Oh yeah, I think we at least have 25 pieces that are from Bob Baker. He's done a lot of work in the city with puppetry. Some of his pieces have been featured in made-for-television movies, some films such as The Toy, starring Richard Pryor, where he had to recreate Richard Pryor as a puppet.
Okay, so this one is a marionette?
It's a minstrel marionette,
okay,
circa 1929, 1930, created by Tony Sarge, and its piece is from the Fowler Museum of Cultural History.
Right, at
UCLA.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Basically, the significance of this piece is that it's one of the few puppets that actually portrays true minstrelsy. The fact that this is a Caucasian puppet that's in blackface, as opposed to a lot of the other stereotypical pieces or pieces that are representing the stereotype where there'll be the exaggerated lips or the white lips with the really, really dark skin, if not a black painted puppet. So this is a really, really important piece.
I can say, and I know Carmen can say, and Alex can say, a lot of the characters that we do perform are a part of our personality, but not 100%, fortunately.
Bye, everybody. Bye. Go home. Go home.
Gracias, everybody.
I've never seen such a big guy with such a little voice.
As opposed to such a little guy with such a big voice. I have incredible range, Valerie. It's time that you recognized that. You like that?
It's time I introduce our student life segment, North versus South.
Bruin versus Trojan. Republicans versus Democrats. Classic rivalries, no doubt, but here at UCLA, we have a feud, if not more bitter, at least much closer to home. And here to talk to us about the North versus South campus rivalry is Dr. Michael Vendrasco of the Paleontology Department. Welcome, Mike.
Hi, Hector.
North versus South. What's your angle?
Well, I don't know.
So you get a lot of these North Campus kids getting rid of their GEs. What do you think about them? What's your experience?
Well, they're good, normal students, I guess. A lot of economics, a lot of political science majors. Not incredibly interested in the material, most of them.
Do you believe mathematics destroys the human creative spirit?
What creative spirit?
With Dr. Mike refusing to give a clear answer, I turned to a second opinion.
Representing the humanities and liberal sciences is premier philosopher Louis de Rosset. Welcome. So how are you doing today?
Premier philosopher. I'm a lowly grad student. I'm doing fine.
Have you ever wanted to study a real subject?
A real subject?
Get a real career.
Well, if I were better with my hands, I might like to be a carpenter. Is that a real career? Does that count as a real career?
Just like JC?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
no, that's why, too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on the North versus South rivalry?
South Campus, the buildings are uglier, much uglier, right? There are more vending machines, and let's see, the food is worse. Why do people go to South Campus?
Obviously, them's be fightin' words. So I decided to go down into the trenches and interview the people at Ground Zero, the students themselves.
Hi, I'm representing UCLA Next magazine show. We're doing a hard-hitting expose on the differences between North and South Campus. Would you like to participate?
Sure, of course.
What's your major specifically? So, what side do you represent?
I'm molecular biogenetics, and of course I represent Southside. Pura Vida, baby.
So tell me, how palpable is this rift between North and South Campus?
It's pretty evident. I mean, when I walk through the halls, I always hear people chanting North and South. It's quite evident, I would say.
Kyle, what is your feeling on the North versus South Campus rivalry?
Well, we're pretty intimidated by their technology because we know that they can build robots, and we understand that they can also build buildings that turn into people, which turn into robots.
When they're rolling in the money and you're out there trying to peddle your philosophy degree, how angry are you going to be?
Well, what most people don't know is that philosophy is one of the most lucrative majors and fields within the continental United States. I can't really speak for outside. I mean, what is math anyways? It's like Matt with an H at the end.
I was wondering if you'd like to answer a couple questions about the North versus South rivalry.
Sure, I'd love to.
So what's your name, major, grade level?
My name is Danielle, and I'm a first year, and right now I'm undeclared, so still figuring it out.
I mean, which side do you hate the least?
Hate the least? I'd say North Campus.
Really? Why?
Well, right now I'm taking an art class. I got in pretty lucky, so I'm taking a painting class. But I don't know. I'm still, figuring it out, and I just like the art sculpture garden. It's definitely prettier than down south.
Yeah, so South is ugly, like the buildings and the people and whatnot. Is that what you're saying? Yes. I mean, most importantly of all, can I have your phone number? I mean, for research and whatnot, follow-ups.
I don't know.
That's a yes.
I'm not sure what to make of that.
Make out? You want to make out with me? Finally.
No, Alex, I didn't say that.
It's in our contract, you know.
Alex.
They wanted chemistry.
Alex.
All right.
No.
Okay.
No.
I know what no means, you know?
Thank you.
Should we introduce the next segment together?
Yes. Bob Rosen.
Second look at the movies. You could at least, pretend for the camera.
Hello, I'm Bob Rosen, Dean of the School of Theater, Film, Television at UCLA, welcoming you to a second look at the movies. You know, there are those movies that you saw a couple of years back that stick in your memory, or maybe you never saw but wish you had. Well, now's an opportunity, based on the recommendation of my guest, to take a second look at those films. And what better place to talk about movies than around the dinner table, and what better dinner table than here at the Hotel Bel Air, just down the street from UCLA, a half mile from Beverly Hills, in this beautiful, beautiful, wonderful 11-acre garden where the chef has prepared a great meal tonight for us. And what better person to talk with at dinner than Meg Le Fauve. Meg Le Fauve, a successful Hollywood producer who is the president of Jodie Foster's Egg Pictures and has been involved in a wide array of films. But we know her mostly as Professor Le Fauve, who is the co-chair of our producers program and a faculty member who evidently is so good at making critiques of screenplays that students refer to you as the Queen of Story. Well, the Queen of Story, you've opted to talk about Waking the Dead. A movie that came out about 2 years ago, and it was directed and written by Keith Gordon, and it's a love story. Love story set in the 1970s during the Vietnam conflict, where he is somebody who wants to work in the system, and she is somebody who is ferociously opposed to the system, a radical who ultimately dies tragically. In the 80s, he's now running for office, and she reappears mysteriously, or does she? What was your involvement with this film, and what was the involvement of Egg Pictures?
Egg Pictures, we were the producers of the film with Keith Gordon. There was another gentleman at my company, Stuart Kleiman, who actually was the physical producer. I was an executive on the film, so that meant I was involved in any development work that was needed, any work they needed here back in LA while they were shooting up in Montreal.
It strikes me as a pretty unique film. On the one hand, the storyline is about real things, and the performances are totally naturalistic. It's about politics, about issues of commitment, about the interplay between commitment and personal life. Yet at the same time, it's kind of a ghost story. How do you mix oil and water that way?
By being sure to root it in the love story. And I think a lot of times when people see or hear a movie, oh, the movie has politics in it, I think they kind of go, oh, God, I don't want to go see a movie about politics. So for us, it really was a love story. It's about loss and longing, and certainly the idealism of their love, the idealism of them wanting to make a mark on the world, and the inherent difficulties of a great love, of wanting to be an idealist and change the world. And I think that for us, that's what we, all through the development of the script, all through the shooting, all through the editing, and even the marketing, the emphasis was the humanity of that love story.
It's a movie that's about the 70s and the politics of the 70s, and about the 80s, and I guess the lack of politics of the 80s. In a way, it's about the issue of selling out. This seems like an appropriate subject matter for the area of independent filmmaking.
Well, again, we really tried to use the politics as a context versus the point. He's being put into a situation in which his idealism is being tested, and the very difficult question of your idealism has to be backed by some sort of power to do something. But if, in order to get that power to do it, means you lose your idealism. That's a very difficult question, and it's not an easy question to answer.
It seems to me the ultimately successful political film doesn't give you a party line. The ultimately successful political film provokes you to think about it, and keeping it open certainly does that.
Exactly, and we strove for this film just to ask people hard questions, and for them to, well, you know, think about it, but also fall in love with these two people. I mean, it was interesting because when we were ready to send the film to market, the audiences who were falling madly in love with this film were not the ones we thought it would. It wasn't the intellectual elite. It was people who love love stories, because it is such a compelling, strong love story.
Well, there are people now who have an opportunity to take a look at it. It is available out there, isn't it? On tape?
It's on tape and DVD.
I think people ought to see that movie, and I think we ought to have dinner.
Great.
Hey, what you doing later tonight? You want to get together, rent that movie, eat some jujubes?
Yeah. No.
Oh, you're so cold, cruel, and unusual. Where's that new girl?
She isn't here yet.
Yes, I am.
Where's that lovely voice coming from?
I'm up here in the booth. Hello, Valerie. Hello, Alex. Hello, America. You'll be meeting me soon.
I feel like I'm on the dating game. Hey, Kelly, love the accent.
Yeah. Introduce the last segment. We'll give you a dry run.
Gee, thanks. Okay, let's have a look at a short film called The Ultimate Fan, written and directed by Halaby and David Lederman. Not Letterman.
Classy.
Go, Sarah, go! Nice!
I taught her that move.
Run, Emily, run! Come on. Go! Oh, God! No!
Mr. Simon's off. Past little Jenny Billings. He cuts right. Oh, what a move! He's got an open net. This has turned into quite a game, folks.
I taught him that move.
I like the soccer with the balls. Makes me think about how Kelly has a sexy voice.
Are you still stuck on that? That's all for this week, folks.
I can hardly wait to meet her. Kelly.
So be sure to join us next week for a brand new edition of UCLA Next.
Can you help me with something?
What?
My microphone?
Why don't you ask Kelly to do it?
Oh, jealous.
jealous.
I am not jealous.
Jealous.
I'm
Jealous.
not jealous. Don't.
So